So the main question here being, as a teenager specifically, but in general, is it okay to stay up late? Is it okay to be up late at night and work late at night? And can you kind of still get things done and go through things and be productive if that's the case? Well, first off, let me take that answer and flip it on its head, because I think we're asking the wrong questions. A lot of times I think we're doing this because we want to get the answer we want to get, right? Hey guys, hey Will, hey Monica, how are you? We want to get the right answers. We want people to go, okay, this is what I want to hear from you. So this is the answer, the question that I'm going to ask. The question is it okay if I do this? Well, yeah, it is okay. But the question on the other side of that is, what are you doing afterwards and what are you doing with your time? So it is absolutely, totally okay to stay up late and to go to bed and wake up at like 10 o'clock if you are specifically using your time correctly. So let's say I go to bed at 2 and I get up at 10. That's 8 hours sleep. So if 8 hours sleep is what you need, if that's what you need, and you've determined that that's the case, especially for teenagers, because at a young age, you do need sleep. It does help with your growth. It helps with your brain and with your continual pursuit of knowledge. It's important. Sleep is important. So I'll be the first person to tell you that. And again, I'm not a scientist here. I'm not somebody who studied this super extensively. I've looked into it. I've looked into some of the studies, but that's not where I'm coming from. I'm coming from the mindset perspective. So on that, here's what I would say. When it comes to staying up late, you absolutely can stay up late as long as you're using your time wisely. Right now, I am still up. It is 11:48, and here we go. I am starting already with a live video to try and help people, to try and help teenagers with an answer to a question that a lot of you have been asking. So if for your schedule, that is something that fits for you, awesome, do it. That's something that's really great for you. However, if you're doing it just to do it, if you're staying up till 2 and then you're sleeping until like noon or 1, and then you're like falling out of bed slowly and taking your sweet time, going through your Instagram or your TikTok or whatever and scrolling the whole time, then no, it is not okay to stay up super late and then just sleep in and do nothing. If you're staying up late and you're not doing anything except for scrolling and sitting in bed and doing absolutely nothing productive, then no, it is not okay to stay up late. If you've been up all day and done a crazy amount of productive work and you have a little bit of time at the end of the day, let's say honestly, and if you're being honest with yourself, I've done a ton to pursue my dreams today. I've worked on my acting. I worked on pursuing my future goals. I've written them out and looked at them. I've worked through all the things I have going on in my life. Cool, great. Then at that point, it's 11 o'clock. You want to hang out with your friends and jump on Call of Duty, and that's how you guys hang out for an hour? Cool. You and your friends like to FaceTime and talk about your day at 11 o'clock? Cool, do it. But you better have done the things to push yourself forward first before you get to do that other thing. And you got to be honest with yourself about your time. There are plenty, guys, of successful people in this world who stay up late. Plenty of them. There are plenty of people who stay up late and get up at a certain time. Now, for me, a lot of the time, that's not what I'm doing. I'm staying up late and I'm getting up early because a lot of the time with my body, I don't need it. And I've scheduled myself in a way to get the sleep I need through napping in the middle of the day, through sleeping about 4 or 6 hours, and then in the middle of the day, taking like a 2-hour nap and rest, and then meditating at certain points in the day. I get the rest I need in that way. I stay more energized than if I sleep like 12 hours, and I get a lot done. Hey, Kylie. Hey, Sheila. I get so much done. So for you in your life, you really got to take stock of your time and take stock of the fact that, are you being really honest with yourself about why you want to stay up late and why you want to do the things you want to do? If you want to stay up late to be more productive because you happen to be super creative in the nighttime, you're an artist and you want to draw and you want to paint at night because that's when you're most creative, great, do that. But then again, on the other side of that, don't use that as an excuse to get nothing done in the daytime and sleep until 2 and then come back and do whatever you want. Like, even as an artist, you have to be a business as well. Hi, Kylie. Like, you have to treat yourself like a business. Every single person, no matter who you are, no matter what your dreams are, you are a business. So you now need to go, as a business, what other business things do I need to do? Well, I need to be marketing myself. Well, I need to be up to date on my social media. I need to be making sure that I'm growing as an artist. So I'm not just doing artistic things, but I'm learning new artistic things. I'm reading. I'm growing in my knowledge. I'm growing in my ability to do the thing I love to do. I'm gaining in my 10,000 hours of mastery. Like, I'm taking classes. All these things are very important in your pursuit of doing what you want to do. So if you're doing all that stuff and it benefits your mind and the way you operate to do late at night, cool. Then that's something you should be doing. So long story short, that's my answer to that big question. But you have to be honest with yourself, because so many teenagers and so many people come to me and they go like, yeah, well, I'm more of a late night person. And then as soon as I ask them what they're doing at night, it's like, yeah, starting at like 7 or 8, then I'm on my phone and I'm texting and I'm on Snapchat and I'm jumping over to the social media and scrolling. And it's like, okay, well, then no, you're not being productive. And no, you're not staying up late to do the things that are pushing you forward. You're staying up late just because you want to stay up late. And building on that, and here's the important thing here, we are and we become our habits. So if you stay up till 2 all the time, eventually your body starts to go, internal clock goes, okay, that's bedtime. That's the time where I'm going to shut down. Like, all of us have this internal clock that starts building based on the habits we create. So if you create a habit that says, I'm going to bed at 2 o'clock always, I'm going to bed at 2 o'clock, I'm going to bed at 2 o'clock, your mind then associates 2 o'clock with that thing. Think about it this way. I challenge you to do this actually, and this will help you understand this. If you have something in your house, let's say a trash can, that's in the same spot always, same spot every single day, it's always in the same spot, you're used to throwing your trash out in that spot, move that trash can somewhere else in the room, see what happens. I bet you multiple times in a day, you walk around and you totally forget that's there and you go to drop something in a trash can that doesn't exist. Because your brain has put an association with where that trash can is right there. So you go to throw trash away, you don't think about it, you just do it. It's got an association. You do the same thing with staying up late. Hi. You stay up late, right? And then your brain tells you that. So it does the same with sleeping in. You tell it to sleep in, it's going to sleep in. You say to do these things, it's going to do these things. So it's all about you making decisions that are going to set up those habits. If you decide that this morning time is your time, you need 8 hours, cool. Set yourself up to get up at the same 8 hours every single time. Every single time. So you have to make sure to do that. So that's my advice on that. The main thing I want you guys to just look at is just be really honest with yourself. Be honest about you and what you need and where you're at. And if that's the case, again, there's tons of successful people who stay up late because they're creatives and they get up at like 10 and then they grind and they work their butts off. Mark Zuckerberg is one of those people. Like, I'll just read off a couple really quick that I was looking at earlier. There's, let's see, the CEO of, so obviously CEO of Facebook, CEO of BuzzFeed, the CEO of, this one was like, what? CEO of Reddit, or Reddit? I never know how to say that one. Reddit, I think it is. Like, these are big companies with people who are doing that, and they're staying up late, but they're getting up early. They're at 8 hours, and they are keeping their schedules, and they're rocking those schedules. And there probably was a time that those people got less sleep, probably. And they've gotten to a place where they've been able to create a schedule, build something up to the point where they get to have these. But I guarantee you, at one point, they were grinding. They were getting 2 hours sleep, 3 hours sleep on certain nights to build what they were building. Like, I almost guarantee that that's the case. And so as you're building something up, your dream, your acting, your whatever it is, you're going to have to sacrifice some of that time to make things happen. It just depends on how bad you want it. So that's my answer. It really is about flipping the question on its head and going, okay, well, with that now, like, what do I really want? Am I being honest with myself about why I'm staying up late and if I need to stay up late? And am I sleeping way in? Because if your 8 hours is your 8 hours, sleeping in is anything past 10. Anything past 10. If you went to bed at 2, you went to bed at midnight, it's now 8. Like, don't kid yourselves. And if you can, create a schedule that's going to help with that. Create a schedule that's going to allow you to go noon to 8, or midnight to 8, midnight to 8, midnight to 8. And keep that schedule going if that's what you need. And again, as a young person, I know sleep is a huge thing. And there will be days where you get less. It's just going to happen. But you don't need 14 hours sleep. You don't need to spend half of your entire day in bed. And I would argue that when you do that, you don't feel any better. You don't jump out of bed motivated and excited. You jump out of bed stressed and upset because you have a bunch of work you need to get to. And you got nothing done with your dreams and your goals. So thank you guys for watching. This is a late night episode of Teen Quarantine, hitting it up before midnight. Just a short little message to everybody. Again, it's all about you looking at your time specifically. As a wrap up, again, it's you got to know, be honest with yourself about your timing. Look at your life and go, what are my dreams, and am I chasing after them with the time I have? And third, create that schedule for yourself, whatever it may be, and just, again, building on number one, be honest about it. So thank you guys for watching. I love you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow. God bless.